Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another video episode on ForgottenWeapons.com. Today we're at the Rock Island Premier Auction in September 2013, taking a look at a couple guns here, and in particular, this is a Swiss ZfK-55 sniper rifle. Now, you can see, obviously, this bears an obvious lineage to the K31. They were in fact modified K31 rifles, but there are a number of changes that were made, and some of them not necessarily so obvious from photos. So about 4,150 of these were made. They're obviously adopted in 1955. They were manufactured from 56 through 59. It was intended to be a sniper's weapon, obviously, out to about 800 yards. So there's a muzzle brake that was installed, which is pretty reminiscent of the German FG-42 brakes. You can see the front sight has that slanted track, so very easy to get some precise windage adjustment on the front sight, should you be using the irons. Now what's really interesting that I had never noticed before was the whole action of the rifle is canted about 15 degrees over to the right to allow them to have a centrally mounted scope right over the center axis of the rifle, and yet still have cases eject cleanly and not run into the scope. So the bolt handle has been bent so that the original track from when it was a K31 runs at an angle, but the bolt handle itself is still square out the side of the rifle. And then you can see the magazine is also canted off in the opposite direction, so that it still lines up 90 degrees with the ejection port. And that is just a really funky change. Makes sense when you think about it, though. So the bipod on the 55 actually attaches to the front end of the receiver rather than the barrel to avoid putting stress on the barrel, which means that it sits out right about in the middle of the rifle. It is fully spring-loaded, and it's interesting, you really can't lean the rifle up on the bipod because it'll just fold up and fall over. Now, checkering added to the pistol grip, that is a factory addition, and by all accounts these are exceptionally accurate rifles, which obviously we'd expect from the fact that they're Swiss made. I don't think I pointed it out before, the barrel on this is quite a bit heavier than a standard K31. So this was the Swiss standard sniper's rifle for quite some time, with 3.5 power scope. Very, very nice guns. I'd like to thank Rock Island for letting us come out and take a look at this, and tune back in for more interesting Cold War snipers.